Okay, so now we are getting into it, diving into it, and you are becoming intermediate as you learn the aspects. So uh, from now on, in this class, I will teach conjunction opposition and the sun, and then we will take a look at the aspects of the sun, conjunctions and oppositions mostly. And in the next class, we will learn moon and square, trine, and sextile. So five major aspects. And the following weeks, we will see Mercury, Venus, Mars, Pluto, Saturn, and so on. And when we look at the planets, we will also check their aspects. Okay, so this will be fun to teach. First, let's start with the conjunction. So with the conjunction, the orb is until 8 mostly, but with the sun and moon, you can extend it until 10, only with sun and moon. But of course, from 0 to 5, with all aspects, will be more effective. Okay, so in conjunction, two planets are together, like near each other. So for this reason, their energies are blending. So conjunction is a neutral aspect by its nature because it depends on which planets are conjunct. So it can be Venus, Mars, or Pluto, Saturn, or Saturn, Moon. So conjunction just blends the energies. For example, with Mars conjunct Pluto, the energy will be high, and it might be a bit impulsive and powerful, but Mars conjunct Saturn might be a bit different. So the energy might be a bit restricted. So it depends on which planets are conjunct. But conjunction is the aspect of motivation because the energies will be high, like they will kind of double each other up with conjunction. And in general, for example, Jupiter conjunctions amplifies, enlarges whatever it conjuncts. So the expansion might be in a good way or in a bad way sometimes. And Mars in conjunction stirs, creates action, and creates chaos. So it creates a type of restlessness with the planet that it conjuncts. And sometimes a planet in a later degree sign and a planet in an earlier degree sign can conjunct too. For example, there might be Moon in 28 degree Taurus conjunct Mercury in 1 degree Gemini. So the signs are different, but the degrees are close. So these are still conjunctions, but they are less effective in a way. So um, the effects will be softer with this one. Then we have an important topic, stellium. This is the conjunction or placement of three or more planets in the same house or in the same sign. For example, there is something important here. The conjunction of Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto, or Saturn, of course, sometimes, are generational stelliums. So these are not personal stelliums. For example, if you have Uranus, Saturn, Neptune in the same sign, it is generational. But if you have Uranus, Neptune, and Moon in the same sign, it is personal. So if you have one personal planet at least in a stellium, along with the generational planets, they are it is considered as stellium. Okay. Or it can be Moon, Sun, and Mercury, for example. It can be stellium because they are all personal. But Uranus, Saturn, and Neptune are not personal stelliums. They are generational stelliums. So stelliums should include at least one personal planet, Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus, and Mars. Okay. For a person to be effective. So the generational stelliums are effective for kind of uh, the whole generation. For example, my generation, I was born in 1990. We have Uranus, Saturn, Neptune, and Capricorn. So this is our generation. But if someone has Sun in Capricorn, so they will have this Capricorn stellium. Okay. So yeah, it can be Cancer stellium, Moon, Mars, Venus in Cancer, or it might be 12th house stellium, like in a house, first house stellium, second house stellium, and so on. And more importantly, stelliums create some type of heaviness. It is heavy because in a sign or in a house, there are more than three planets, more than two planets. So the energy is intense there. So you need to kind of balance each other's energies. So it can be a bit complicated with a stellium. So for me personally, it is most difficult to read the charts which have stellium because all the time I go to the same place. For example, someone has seventh house stellium. So I will always be talking about relationships, how to navigate relationships, how to find balance in relationships. So stelliums for that, it can be a bit heavy. At the same time, it can have a kind of domino effect, especially in transits. For example, let's say you have 1 degree Leo moon, 2 degree Leo Mercury, 5 degree Leo Venus, and 10 degree Leo Saturn. So when there's a transit in Aquarius, for example, Pluto in Aquarius, each year will oppose the stellium in Leo. So planets in stellium will be activated one by one after each other. So for that, it is intense in transits as well. Then let's go back to conjunction.